Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be making a homemade bacon chicken ranch pizza, so stay tuned. Alright, first things first, we're going to start with our dough. We're going to start with 2 cups of warm water. Now we're going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil and add that to the water. I'm using 4 cups of regular flour. You can also do 2 cups of regular flour and 2 cups of bread flour, but all I had was regular flour, so I'm going to use 4 cups of that instead. We're also going to use 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Understand that yeast does not come in a big bag like flour or sugar. It comes in these little square packets, so you could have used 1 whole packet of yeast or just take 2 teaspoons of the yeast out of that 1 packet. So I am using a mixer here, so if you didn't have a mixer, you could stir this up together once it starts to thicken and then knead it yourself by hand, but I'm going to be using my mixer. I'm going to wait 2 minutes in between so that way I can separate the rest of the dough from the mixer itself to make sure that everything is getting mixed. Like what I'm doing here, I'm grabbing everything that's kind of stuck to the bottom of the bowl so that way it can mix all together and make sure everything is kneading properly. You can just sit and let it knead on its own for 8 minutes, but I like to keep checking on it, especially with the newer mixers. They may not take a full 8 minutes to make sure your dough is nicely kneaded. Again, if you're doing this by hand, you'll just be kneading, folding in and out with your hands. I am going to place a little bit of olive oil at the bottom of the bowl that I'm going to be letting the dough sit in, just to cover the bottom and to keep moisture in the dough. And I'm going to cover this for about 90 minutes to 2 hours. Do not put it in the refrigerator because it will take longer to rise if you do it that way. So just kind of let it sit out on your counter at room temperature and then do that. I am now going to season the chicken, and I'm going to let this marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour with the seasonings on the screen. Did chop about 3 to 4 slices of bacon into these small pieces. I made sure not to cook the bacon all the way through because when you put it in the oven, it's going to cook more. You don't want hard pieces of bacon on your pizza. So once it gets this kind of texture, make sure you remove it from the grease and then let it sit aside. I am going to take the chicken and cook it in the same bacon grease. If you decide to get a new pan, that's up to you. I just decided to keep the flavors going by adding the chicken to the same exact pan. I'm going to go ahead and start chopping up my toppings that I am using for my pizza. Right now I have some green bell peppers. I'm going to end up chopping up some jalapeños and red onion. The dough. Now the dough has risen to my liking. I didn't have the proper scooper to chop the dough, so don't come for me for using a knife, but I did cut 2 medium-sized pieces of dough in order to make 2 medium-sized pizzas. And I'm just putting some flour on my rolling pin to make the process of it rolling even smoother, and that way it doesn't continue to stick to the rolling pin as I am rolling it out. So I'm just gonna roll it out. I could have rolled it out bigger to possibly make a larger pizza, but a medium size was okay with me. I am using the roasted garlic Alfredo sauce and pesto to make my base. I'm going to use chopped parsley and butter and some garlic to mix for my crust of my pizza. And I ended up just putting it all over the pizza and then adding the Alfredo sauce in the middle as for the actual sauce of the pizza. Some Parmesan cheese to the pizza, as well as some fresh mozzarella. You can get fresh mozzarella pretty much from any store that has like a cheese section, and I just got mine from Publix, and they came as a whole log, so I chopped it up into moon-sized pieces. I do recommend once you start to build your pizza, build it on the actual pan that is going into the oven, because you don't want the hassle of trying to pick up a raw dough pizza and try to transfer it, because it's not easy. That was my issue here. But make sure you preheat your oven for 400 degrees and let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes, or at least until the crust is nice golden and brown. I am going to take some of that same garlic butter mixture and put it on the crust part of the pizza now that it is out of the oven, just to make sure the pizza stays nice and soft and flavorful. So I had some ranch that I transferred into this nice squeeze bottle here, and that is just what I'm drizzling over the top here. Whatever sauce that you want, you can put on top. If you decided to do like a buffalo ranch, that probably would have been good as well. Make sure if you haven't already to subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications so you always know when I am posting a new video.
You to know that you are the cheese.